Awesome. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. This is another amazing day, and for me, I'm always very excited to stop by. Right. So while we wait for the time to clock in, I want to celebrate everybody who is joining. Please, if you're joining for the first time, please let me know. Whenever you're probably watching this again, that's for the team playback. Always do well to just introduce yourself in the comment section as well. What you do so that we can know how I can help you as well. So today I might have a lot of new persons joining in, but as my manner is, yay! My vital mindset. Good to see you. I have missed you on the street. You better tell me, what have you been up to? How are you doing today? Okay, while I'm waiting for you, I'd want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you'll be joining from. I'm super excited. I'm pumped up today. Like I just finished from an event just now and I decided to jump in. And then my family is currently on a picnic and I'm missing out. Oh my goodness. I feel like crying. But then thank God because the 30 days is finally coming to an end. It's coming to an end. And guess what? I already even have, what's the word now? I now have lots of materials. Like my book is currently coming out. I know that my book should be live on our event day. We're gonna have a general event where all of us are going to show up and share. Please, Vital Mindset, if you're not yet in the group, let me know. I don't think you have registered up till now because I've not seen you in the community converse. So maybe you let me know because I would want to have you on board as well. I don't mind you speaking on the event. Like I said, I promise to train everybody. It won't be a pressure thing for anyone. So but I'm hoping that I'll leave oh my god. Okay, what is the problem? Talk to me, please. What is the challenge? I wasn't even looking at the conversation. Sorry, give me a moment. Awesome. Hey, Chisam, good to see you. I know that this is literally your first time. So, how you doing? I know that you've been super busy. So, let me know on how your days has been. I don't know. We've done a lot. In fact, I'm just coming from an event where I moderated and literally I was just screaming because most of the people were not like they were bringing in hot, right? But I just feel like, geez, our community, we have done a lot of things. As in the materials we have here, it's non-compare. In fact, currently I'm working on the book already. By our event day, like our general event day, when everybody's gonna come on board, we will literally have that book launch as well, because so that it will be much more easier as you're watching the classes, you're writing your own workbook. So we're doing the book and then the workbook attached to it, and then the live class is going to be all a part of a package. But I'm super excited to see you all. I hope you'll be making your financial money move. We discussed yesterday those accounts, so please, if you're just joining and you have opened any of those accounts as I had nudged everybody to go on and get, please let me know. Just say I am a mover if you have opened the account as I asked you to do, or you already have an international account. Just write I am a mover. Right, let me look at this. Okay. Hey, Chisom, this is fire. This is lovely. Vital Mindset, don't worry, I will send you the link. You know, it's because she's more on LinkedIn. So most times on LinkedIn, I share the post. So it's easier for people to come into my DM. But because you're mainly a YouTuber, that's why. Awesome. So sorry, some people are filling the form backstage and they are distracting me. Sorry. But Chisom, do you have any question? Sorry, some new people are just on my case today. Okay, awesome. Do you have any questions so far with the two that you have been able to consume? I'm sure that that means you're working very well towards your niching down, because the first two classes are about finding your voice, niching down your why. So have you been able to niche down? Then what level are you on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Because that will also determine whether you niche down properly or not. Okay, woo! I love this hot. This is pure heat. Like, you're bringing in the heat, and I really appreciate that as well. That is very, very beautiful. So please, if you're currently on this call and today is your first time, please let us know so that you don't seem lost, right? So that you have a very soft landing, please, as much as possible. If today is your first time, please let us know so that we can help you in your journey. And like I said, most of the life events are very explanatory. We didn't make it very tough. We use simpler terms. Yesterday we started off by talking about making money. We had started from day one to this point. We had talked about making money online, and then somehow we inculcated multiplying money even while discussing making money. But then today, like we said, our last pillar is managing money as a freelancer, and we said it over and over again. If you are a freelancer, your money is not, you're not salaried, right? And there's no retirement plan. So like I said yesterday, I still said it today in the event I hosted, right? Your personal branding is part of your retirement plan. So as you are growing consistently, your goal is, how do you multiply opportunities so that you can make money consistently? Of course, you know that the freelancers income is not like other incomes, and see, get comfortable with it, because there will be dry seasons, right? It's not for you to start giving up and start saying, oh, what you're doing. Awesome. So it's not for you to give up. And please, if you're joining, I can see some people on the live. Even if today is your first time or you're live hopping, please, let's meet you, right? Our community is well positioned. We love to meet people. Okay, so please let us get to meet you so that we can as well help you as well. And if today is your first time, probably some of the people who just joined the community, don't worry, there's no pressure to it. We will definitely attend to you as well. Okay, so everything we're doing in this community is to make sure that freelancers get a good money capacity, that's starting from a great mindset, then being able to multiply money, make money, manage money as well. So we said we're currently on our last pillar, and our last pillar essentially is going to be talking about managing money. And we've said it over and over again. The freelance money is not the same thing as the salaried money, and most times there is no retirement plan for you. So the goal is, if you're literally going to stand out as a freelancer, you must be thinking business. And sincerely, all across LinkedIn, I've not seen anybody who is doing this for anyone. That's why I know that we're really answering questions. So what I'm looking at, how this program was wired, is such that everybody lives here, not just as a freelancer, but a business owner. And all those classes, we've done them. So if you're joining, this is your first time, that's lovely. As you consume materials, right, you see that by the time you get to this point, you would have had a business. So it means that at this point, you can pitch for loans, you can pitch for grants, you can get jobs, you can start your own job. So that's essentially what we're doing here. We want to make sure that we find ways to ensure that you are financially stable. So yesterday we had already given several assignments, and I asked again, I said, for those people who showed up, please, Vitaman said, just leave a comment or any of my posts. I am going to remember. What I even did is that I dropped it on some of my posts here on LinkedIn. I dropped the link. Maybe you've not seen it yet. For some people who asked randomly, I noticed that some YouTubers came into the community from here. So what you just do is, immediately after this live, just please still reach out to me again so that I don't forget. Okay, so like I said again, it's very important that we embrace our money story. So a lot of freelancers come into the freelance world, and all they're expecting is every single time you feel like your miracle is only when you're being paid $10,000 per month. Then all of a sudden, let's say your clients maybe goes mute on you. I told you guys my story, right? I told you guys my story. Oh, after working so hard one particular month, next thing, my clients ghosted, and we spoke about how to protect yourself, right? Please, if you missed yesterday's event, please go back there and check how to protect yourself. We talked about several ways to protect yourself. A few of them I'll just mention in passing is join platforms where issue is used. So it means that the client pays upfront, but you might not have the money. But if you have built your personal brand on any platform at all, your personal brand can be credit worthy, can be trustworthy. So most times when you have built your personal brand, people can hire you and even pay you upfront, because you're not the one that will run away, because you've spent time building your platform and your community. But if you are not yet, you're just a beginner or a startup freelancer, you would need to probably join platforms like Upwork and a few other that use eShore. You might just want to browse and just type platforms that use eShore. Those platforms, what they necessarily do is that they collect the money from your clients, but they won't give your clients, and conditions will be stated clearly. So you, like I said, if you are followed up until now, you see that you have a form, right? By now, a lot of us already have Google Forms that we normally use for clients onboarding. You send it, once your clients say that they would want to work with you, you send them that client onboarding. Part of it is that form should include, please, what do you think would make you feel like I have satisfied you? So give me 5 points. If you like, you can even ask ChatGPT to give you examples of what client satisfaction can be. So you give it as an option for the person. Maybe you write like 10 in your client onboarding form. Okay, if I produce results in 2 days, if I do this, if I give you exactly what you want, if I suggest answers. So you ask your clients specific questions, right? Ask them specific questions that will make you know. Sorry, give me one moment. Ask your clients specific questions. Let me inform the group that we're up. You know, I posted it earlier. So ask your clients, what do you think excellence is? See, you must put it in that particular form. You can actually just ask ChatGPT, please give me a list of client appropriate or acquisition questions or client satisfaction questions for my niche. Write your specific niche. So when you read through it, you can press through it based on what you can offer, and just write it down and ask your clients as they are filling your onboarding form. They should state clearly, oh, this is okay if you do this, this is this, so that by the time you're done working with anybody, right, while you're working with them, you almost never make any mistake, because the person will tell you what their values are, right? And you won't be having things like, I don't like how this girl speaks, I don't like how, because you already have been armed with the kind of person, what she loves, their personality and all that. So most times it's very, very important that you have a client onboarding form. So I've added another assignment for the people who are just showing up. Please let me write it here so that everybody will just see it as they are coming in. I'll write it and write. For the people who probably have not done theirs, please have a client onboarding form. If you're confused about what is appropriate for your own niche, you can ask ChatGPT about it, right? You can just write your niche and ask ChatGPT. Okay, I want to go out of this place. Okay, awesome. I'm trying to move it one side and it's staying on my head. Okay, let me just try to expand it a bit. Okay, so essentially that's what I think everybody, so that when you're working with any international clients from across the world, you are number one showing that you already proactive, and it's not something you ask with the mouth. Like if the person has to fill the form, the person, you know, when your pricing tag comes up, like when you now put your pricing for particular service, the person will now understand why you're charging what you're charging. Like we said, we're going to also discuss pricing very soon, because that's essentially in our final pillar, right, that will conclude this boot camp. So we said essentially, please, today just write it in your notebooks, your notepads, that we will be requiring client onboarding form as part of your assignment. Okay, so quick brief of what we did yesterday as well. So I told us about ownership mentality. So your goal is not just only to probably show up on any platform and looking for somebody who's going to hire you. You must balance it as a freelancer, and that's why a lot of freelancers fail. That's just the truth. A lot of freelancers fail because they come to different platforms and they come with the hustle culture. So you find out that some people come on TikTok and they are hustling, begging from one room to the other, begging for gifts, instead of probably balancing it. Okay, what I would rather do is grow my account to 1,000. In my room, I'll be discussing content specific to my niche. While some people will give me gifts, I will not only wait for the gifts, I will also have an opportunity to get clients. I'll tell them, if you're starting your business and you're super confused and you need the monetization course, 30 days monetization course, which I have set up, kindly reach out to me. And by the time I send the person my forms and my pricing tiers and everything, the person can just, in fact, I won't have to talk much. So you see a lot of people, they already don't have their processes ready. You send somebody that email and the person tells you, okay, let me hear about what you offer. Then you now start explaining. No, but some of you who probably joined the community, you just asked me, tell me more. I just sent you the form. So by the time you went from answering the first question, the second question, the third, you just realized that you probably didn't have plans for yourself. You're probably not niche down. You don't even have a personal brand. And so you decided that, oh my God, this is literally what I will learn. So that's what I'm saying right now. Ensure that your I don't know how to move this thing properly. I want to move it in such a way that it's not disrupting my face, but let me just delete it. Sorry, give me a moment, guys. Okay, so I've been able to delete it. So like I said again, okay, awesome. So like I said again, you don't want to be giving, like, if you're answering too many questions, right? If you are answering too many questions after you've sent whatever document it is to whomever you want to work with, then you know that that document is not updated, or is not, there's a word for it, then that document does not suffice. You need to add that up. So I'd want to say, what I would want you to do as well is to check your DPs, all the clients you've worked with so far. Just copy their frequently asked questions, right? Put it as part of your onboarding form, right? Either you still maintain it as frequently asked questions, or you simply just what's the word? Frequently asked questions, or you simply just copy it, right, and make it as part of your onboarding process. You can just ask some of those questions so that you know the kind of persons that you are working with. So we're still talking about our financial pillars, right? We've been able to shift our thinking from employees to entrepreneurs, and I told you that that's where the money is. But I'll still say again, right, we're not talking about we're not talking about entrepreneurs who cannot work. We're talking about multiple streams of income, in the sense that you'll be working with somebody else, you're building your community. That's exactly what I am doing. I'm working with somebody else, I'm building my community. If I see international roles that pays up to $10,000, $5,000, why not? I'll quickly jump on it. That's exactly what this program is about, for those who are looking to monetize. So I'm saying, and then if it means you growing your personal brand or across platforms that can be monetizable, literally people can, I told you guys, was it last 2 weeks or so, somebody reached out to me because of my LinkedIn personal brand. A very top Nigerian bank here brought me on board to help them do a specific thing. So I'm just trying to tell you how the multiple streams of income can be. So it's beyond you probably just hustling on a particular platform. It's you building a brand that can literally occupy different spaces. Like I told you guys before I came on this live, I just finished speaking on another platform. In fact, I helped them moderate, and it's simply because I didn't just take my business seriously. I also built my public speaking side. So I told you guys again, for those who are building communities, even if you don't get money at this beginning phase of building your community, you are already building yourself to be somebody who converses. And was it day before yesterday? I don't know if Sophie is here today, but we met one-on-one and we discussed a lot. And trust me, if I was somebody that keeps claiming to be an introvert, when she told me that she probably wanted to meet up with me to clarify her personal brand, I would probably say no. But then there are some people who will definitely work with you live. I've told you guys of how I made 6 figures from speaking publicly, even in the first few months of starting my journey as a freelance. So I'm giving you guys all different pillars where your money can come from. So I'm not tying anybody down. I'm saying it over and over again. So either you serve, for those people who are not around from the beginning, we did 5 pillars. Either your content creation, right? From coaching as well. I positioned everybody in this bootcamp to be coaches. So if you're asking how, go from day one. You see how we did it super clearly. If you don't even know what you're going to be offering online, we did it from day one. When we now went to day 2, day 3, when we discussed the Maslow's hierarchy of need, and we helped everybody find out, even if you say you're passionate about this thing, can this thing fetch you money? We told you some of the places where you can know what are the basic questions that people are looking for, the pain points that you need to answer, then your why. We said it yesterday. If your brand story does not make people cry, then I said people. If your brand story does not make you cry, then you have not even started telling your story. So you must get super emotional, because emotions are the part of the ways that people remember you as well. So we went from that, and then we talked about several other things. So the first pillar, content creation pillar, it means that you can actually be a medical doctor who offers an online consultation, who is an online coach, who helps people. Maybe you can niche down, like we said, niche down on a particular thing. For those doctors who came during that time, we talked about weight loss. So if you have a medical doctor who is interested in diets, you might just become a weight loss coach. You can start a weight loss program online as well. So we now went on to discuss the public speaking aspect, where you now start speaking from one place to the other. Right now, I worked with my husband. Surprisingly, it's very funny. I was the one who they started inviting, but right now, my husband is literally going from one place to the other in his health niche, because I literally spoke to him, and then he started saying, oh my God, this is an opportunity. And guess what? His first contract came as a stretch contract, like his 6 months contract, where they'll be paying him to come and speak every Sunday. You can imagine how much that can rank. You don't want to know. And then that's aside from the fact that he is a medical doctor who gets paid at a particular platform, plus the side gigs are coming. Now he has added public speaking as part of his ways to monetize whatever it is that he has. And like I told you guys, right now, I think just now, the last event I had, people from Poland, people from India, people from literally all across the world were all on the same panel. So that's what the digital era can as well afford you. Okay, so we talked about content creation as well. So we said that if you cannot really be trusted if you're not creating content. You can't even build a personal brand outside what you choose to let people know. So a lot of us have been leaving ourselves at the mercy of people. You are allowing people to build perceptions about you, and I'll say it again, that is not okay. Don't let anybody tell your stories more than you can. And that's the essence of our posting, sometimes every day, sometimes alternate days, sometimes 5 times a week. But whatever you do, just keep on posting, right? So if you're probably joining us and this is your first time and you don't even know anything, in fact you've never posted anything online, you've claimed the word introvert, I will tell you again, you are leaving money on the table. Mercilessly, you are leaving money on the table, and I'm so sorry about that, right? But you have to start telling yourself the truth from now on. For me, I've said my story over and over again. I started out as an anxious child, because my mom always wanted perfection from me. I don't know how. That was because, again, like I said, we were plenty in our house, and so we're pretty noisy. You don't know what it means to be a business mogul and then you have 10 kids in the house. It can be freaking annoying. Even me, just these few things that I do, most times I used to beg my children just to be quiet for a moment, because I'm trying to reason through my ideations, prepare my notes, plan for my life. Okay, I wouldn't want noises as I'm talking, and then they're flying around and all that. Then imagine that I have 10 of children, because my mom literally gave birth to all of us at once. So because of that anxiety of me always not wanting to talk, mine is not even that I was an introvert. Introvert is entirely different, in the sense that you might even have something to say, but you just don't feel comfortable saying it. Mine is that the whole concept of speaking causes anxiety from me, because I had put this perfection facade around me. And I'm hoping that a lot of you who are probably showing up for the first time can literally come out of it. Okay, wake up from it, wake up, right? Because like I said, this is not the season not to be outspoken about your skill effortlessly, because I still said it again here, right? Apart from the fact that your personal branding is your retirement plan, it's also an instrument of trust. So the more you show up, I told you guys yesterday how many people who have sent how much to me. I think I have almost 500,000 of people in my account that just sent me money ahead of time simply because they know I showed up on LinkedIn and they have not executed that service with me. So they just paid me and told me that they are coming. Okay, so I have people from the UK, I have someone from the US, and a few other persons across who booked on my one-on-one, and that's what they did. They just sent me the money up front. And nobody, I'll say it again, nobody will send you any money up front if you don't know the importance of showing up. So we're still saying this so that even if you have 10 followers, 10 subscribers, show up consistently with whatever idea you have, such that people will now understand that your social media platforms are also part of the ways to find you. It's like, if you're looking for me, where would you find me? As opposed to physical locations, physical locations, we can actually find you at your digital platforms, because yes, people call people out when they mess up. So I told you guys, for the people who are coming in late, we had our first assignment today, and we said our assignment for the day is that we are going to make sure that we get our clients onboarding form, because you want to know what is it that the client expects from you, to the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T, so that you literally can expect perfection. So for me, I used to tell my clients, sometimes I'll ask you, based on how I've related with you so far, do you think I deserve a 5-star? If you tell me yes, I'll say go ahead, please. If you say no, I'll ask you why. If you tell me that I came late, I apologize. I tell you, can we go on one more meeting so that I can come on time, so that you can see, so that you can probably give me the 5-star. And if the person agrees, then you're good to go. So the goal is always to have a 5-star, right? I know that a lot of people have their own standard. I think I've worked with a client before, and then what she told me was that, and that she just doesn't believe in giving people. She just doesn't believe in giving people 5 stars. I said, madam, please, right? I don't know the kind of crazy people that I probably will work with ahead of time, but for the points fee, please, ma'am, go and take down that 4-star, because if you feel like I served you well, then you need to actually do well by me. And guess what? She said, sincerely, it was just a mindset. And she really apologized, and I had to send her the form, and then she now filled 5 stars for me. But for the purpose of this class and what we'll be doing subsequently, please, it's always better you ask your clients ahead of time. You don't want anybody to give you a very poor rating that can affect your next client acquisition. Especially for some of us who are on LinkedIn, you would realize that LinkedIn literally would have those scores literally displaced. And then there are some people who, when HRs, that when they are searching, they can literally search and put in their Boolean search to include people who have been rated 5 stars. And trust me, an international opportunity paying maybe 7 figures in dollars can just elude you because someone just feels that he cannot give a 5-star. Please always educate your clients while they come on board. So we're still talking finances. Let me go into the comment section and see how many people have come in. Please, if you're coming in, leave a note. Let's get to meet you. I can see some amazing people. I have missed Jake. Jake, how are you? Good to see you. He said, it's really amazing. Thank you for all the amazing insights and access to wide audience. Thank you so much. Rosa, good to see you. Thank you so much as well. I really, really appreciate you. So like we said, as we are tapping into our final seasons, we're going, once we're done with our financial pillar, we will definitely go ahead and start our public speaking rehearsals for our speech. Thrive Next with Onyeka. Oh my goodness. Thrive Next. Wait, this is the first time I'm seeing this. I always have a memory of everybody who has ever commented on my life. So please help me get to meet you. Do you think this is the first time I'm meeting you? Please let me know. I think I need a drink. Please guys, just give me 2 minutes. Let me call my husband. I need a drink. I just feel like I need to take a drink today. So please, Thrive Next. Is it that you rebranded, or this is the first time I'm getting to meet you here? Because I have not seen that account comment in the live before, except maybe you're comfortably have been a viewer, and we told you all that we are LinkedIners. We don't like people who just viewing. We want you to comment. Thank you so much. Please, guys, give me a moment. Let me talk to my husband. Hello, sugar. Fine. Are you guys still there?
Okay, no, even before I could go back, they've already finished.
So where are you now?
I just came to pray a little.
Came to pray. Where are you?
There's Nikon Luxury.
Please, when you're coming back, please buy drinks, I beg.
What kind of drink?
Anyone.
Okay, no wahala now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
When I'm coming back, I don't wish you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, Onyeka, thank you so much. Please, can we all just welcome her? Thank you so much for giving me that 1 minute as well. I needed, I don't know, I just feel like I want to take some, I want to have some sugar rush. Okay, so please, if you're coming in for the first time, I can see a lot of people coming in. Please ensure you leave a note. Let's get to meet you, because our community thrives with connection. So I told you guys earlier when we started this conversation and we started our journey, right, that most times the money is actually in your connectivity. If you're late at any party, make sure that you don't play with communion, you don't play with getting to meet people. That's literally what will change your life, because the monies are in relationship. There's somebody who is probably here who is looking to get a videographer or a video editor, but the person is currently just watching and is just sitting by the sideline. And then maybe somebody who is currently here is hoping to meet somebody who is a virtual assistant, and because the person is not commenting, how will they know? So it's very important that we comment. Yay, Sunday. This is also your first time commenting. I'm glad that I'm bringing you all out. Thank you so much for coming on board as well. So please, if you're just joining in, my name is Dr. Vivian Magnus. I am the founder of the phoenixgateshq group, and this is one of our community outlets. We challenged ourselves for 30 days, and I think today is day 24. And we have been going massive. Like, we'll be sharing some amazing tips from day one. I'm saying it again. If you have a friend, a brother, a sister who is a complete rookie, once they start from day one and they get to this point, they will be CEOs. And I said it without mincing words. We also conducted deliverances at some of our events, because we literally washed people's head from imposter syndrome. Nobody who is a part of us, who has ever listened to us, who has ever stopped by on this event, has ever had imposter. Literally, we hold imposter on the neck and we press the neck. Okay, so awesome. Thank you so much. Chisom, why are you laughing? No, sincerely, we have a lot of people who like to watch. They like to watch and pray. Thank you so much, Sunday. I really appreciate you. So like we said, we've been able to move from one pillar to the other. So we've also identified some of the limiting beliefs around money. Some people can say that they are just comfortable, that they don't want to do anything, or they just want to be earning money. Please be wary of such mindsets. You know, that's why currently in Nigeria, there's a particular tribe that seem to be getting the jealous attention when it comes to money. And you hear people like, you too like money. And guess what? You have to like money for money to come to you. And when you like money, you sit down and devise methods. I don't know how many times I've shouted this over and over again on this platform, that I am, first of all, a medical doctor. Even though I have done entrepreneurship for more than 2 decades, but I'm still saying it again, I'm first of a medical doctor. So it tells you that once you open your mind to the possibilities of making money, right, money will suddenly start coming to you. But if you have this mindset of, you know, Omo Igbo, Yoruba, they're the ones that like doing all this business, and it's not necessary, they too like money. You have to start telling yourself now. So part of the things also I would add to today's list, apart from you having your clients onboarding form, you should have a money magnet confession, right? You can write it up. Money loves me, money comes to me, I call money comments, just anything around money that makes you comfortable. Like me, before I started probably having some of these classes, despite the fact that I was born in a very financial home, and it was no. Please, if you can hear me crystal clear, let me know. Can you hear me crystal clear? Yes, Abibola, money answers to me. So sorry guys, while I was I'm the only one at home because my family members went out for something, so I don't have anybody to change power for me. So as soon as the power cut short, I just decided to come outside. So if you can hear me crystal clear, kindly let me know. Let me just look into the comment section while I arrange myself as well. Well, like I said, Rosha, I've said it over and over again. It's always very important that you niche down, right? And niche down severally, okay? Niche down severally. If it's on YouTube, that means you're going to have literally different channels that answers to one thing. If it's on LinkedIn, find a way to at least stay on one particular ideation at least for up to 3 months, right? Don't be saying I'm a content writer, I'm a this, I'm a doctor, I am a this. If you notice, even on my profile on LinkedIn, I had to literally take out medicine, right? The only thing that makes you know that, okay, I'm super educated and then I'm a medical doctor is just my name. And when you see my name, you can guess anything, right? Nobody would literally know whether it's as a medicine or literally what's the word, maybe academic doctor. And that's better because it's less confusing. It wouldn't be, okay, why is a medical doctor being a business coach? And then let's talk about something else, then a virtual assistant, many other things. So I rather build my corporate brand as well. That's where phoenixgateshq started from. So under my agency, I can do all these things as an agency, working with other people. But as my personal brand, I didn't put all that on my profile. So the only thing I can just put is founder of phoenixgateshq. If you need any services from phoenixgateshq, you go to our phoenixgateshq profile and then you see some of the services that we can offer, right? So for client onboarding specific to what you want to serve, let's say the person meets you, and well, I think it's also safe to have several. If you're multi-passionate, I think it's okay. Just have it for every of your, just the way you probably will have your resume specific for different niches. You might want to consider that as well. Okay, so awesome. Do we have any questions so far? Do we have any questions so far while I recalibrate my thoughts? Please, can somebody tell me where I was? Because this movement now, I'm not sure I have gotten myself fully. So I'm literally outside now. So please, if you hear any bird chirping and many other things, just pardon me. Okay. Okay, so please, any questions so far before we go ahead? So we talked about money mindset, right? So we further buttress the fact that you should be comfortable with money, right? Just be comfortable. Tell yourself, don't be saying, I'm Igbo. They are the ones who like money, or the Chinese people, the Indian, all those funny things. Just say it. You're comfortable with money. Except you're comfortable with money, the truth is that the money will not even come to you. And I'm saying this because I'm speaking for medical doctors as well tonight as we speak, because I don't know who did this to us, but like, it doesn't make sense that a whole medical doctor will be paid literally $350 per month, and to you it's seeming like a very big deal. The question I'm going to ask you, how long are you going to be collecting $350? When will you build your house? When would you buy your land? Hey, blood of Jesus. Your family members, when they reach out to you to collect money, what are you going to tell them? And this $350, I'm saying it, that's in major cities. It's very appalling what will be charged across other platforms. So I'm saying this now so that irrespective of your niche, get comfortable with money. And I told you, look through the pillars that we've taught so far. Right now we're in the last pillar, which is financial management, multiplying money, multiple streams of income, managing and multiplying money. Okay, so I said it starts with the mindset. So get comfortable. If somebody comes to you for partnership and you know the person, right, and you have certified that this person is a very good person, my dear, jump on it. Don't say, as you see me like this, I don't like money. So when she told me that I should jump on partnership, I just thought, okay, they just brought the light. When she told me to, okay, so I think can anybody hear me? Please, if you can hear me, see me, kindly confirm. Else I'll just go ahead. and hope that you people will hear me much more later. I know sometimes you can be super busy, but well done, guys. Like I said, we did it, right? We did it. We only have a few. For those who are joining, though, there's no stress, right? We already have said as you awesome. So we've already said that as soon as you're joining the classes, if you have any questions as you're watching, write immediately. Like I said, write immediately. As you're watching day one, just be curating the documentations, all the assignment. By the time you're done, right, like I said, part of the things I'm going to do is I'm also going to drop access, how we can get funds, right? And then if we have more time, we can just probably do how to curate a business pitch, so that everybody's just perfect. If you want to probably get a grant, not a loan, even if loans, you can use the same business document as well, just so that even as a beginner, you're able to access help. But like I said, the goal is to take financial ownership of your destiny. Like, just make up your mind that this is what you want to do with your life, and you're not the person who will be having hand-me-downs. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for confirming that you can hear me super clearly. So I said another thing will be owning your money story. All of us, we know our story so far. So you hear people say things like, once money enter my hand, you don't go. Please don't be proud of things like that. Don't be proud. Like I said, your confessions, if you're somebody who is not frugal, that means money can literally enter your hand and you don't even know where it went to. For me, it's almost not possible. Well, with the advent of bank statements right now, I think it's super easy for us to know exactly what we used our money for. But what I would normally advise everyone, like when you're paying for bills or paying for anything, always write your narration. Always write your narration. That's another huge way of having a proper financial history or proper documentation or bookkeeping. Yes, your bank statement can also be another form of bookkeeping for you. So make sure that anytime you spend any particular money, write your narration. It's very, very important, so that when you download for lots of bank, including my bank, every month you can actually get your bank statement before the month ends, but every month your bank statement is sent to you. So for me, I'm that frugal in the sense that I know all the monies that come to me, right? I know exactly for the ones I've used. I know exactly what I use them for. I don't spend on many things. Like I said again, we the Northerners, like people who grew up in the North, are very there's a word that is called, they are very contented. That's the word I wanted to use, right? Where we can be very contented. Like, we don't buy lots of things. We're not people who are pressured with clothes and a whole lot of things, right? For me, in fact, when it comes to personal brand, as in physical appearance, it was mainly my sisters that dressed me until I got married. It was definitely after I got married I started realizing that now you're now an Odogu's wife. It means that there's a certain way that your husband might be comfortable seeing you appear, so you cannot be dressing anyhow again. If not, every medical is school, everything on my mind is how I'm going to read, how I'm going to make money. As a single person, making money was top on the list for me. I'd been doing business. In fact, as a medical doctor, when I was in school, I was a conservative, which means that I wasn't comfortable with people talking about money. I just believed that I just want to pray and make it to heaven. Do you understand? But as soon as I got out from school, I had to break some of those limiting beliefs. And I'm hoping that everybody who is listening in on this last pillar should understand that literally your money history will come from your thoughts, your general thoughts and beliefs. Generally, your money flow. I'm going to say it again. I think it's a gift God gave man. It's not, I'm not thinking, I know it's a gift God gave man. So if you keep telling yourself over and over again, right, that you're a financially careless person, you will literally be a financially careless person. Everything will work to ensure that you fulfill that about you. So it means that you make money and you will literally not see the money. Okay, so yesterday we gave us an assignment on, we did financial budgeting for our workstation. So I said, if you're a freelancer or you're starting out looking to position your business, move your business to the permanent side, we talked about you documenting essentially some of the things you need. For me, that was the first thing I did. My first money in freelance, like I said, I sold it as a seed because my husband was supporting me when I started my freelance journey. In fact, it was so bad because you'll be working, the clients I got then were clients across the world, like United States. So it meant that through the night I was awake. Even when I was looking for jobs, I was awake through the night. So it means that early hours of the morning I will not be awake to know even what is going on in my house. So my husband will help me out with the children. I will just probably wake up barely getting myself, we pray, and then I'll join him to prepare them and all that. So as soon as my first salary came, bam, I sold it as a seed to my husband, right? So I'm just trying to tell you guys that I know exactly what I did with some of those first monies that came in. Then the next thing I did was upgrade my station. So part of the things I am saying again, so that it's not that you want to charge a client $1,000 and the person tells you let's jump on a Zoom, and you'll be telling the person that okay, right now my Zoom is not a paid Zoom, so please after 40 minutes let's jump on it again. Another thing is that you can be smart around it by just giving the client 20 minutes, right? So that you're not conversing and you're conversing and then all of a sudden Zoom logs you out because you can't pay for a workstation, but you're comfortable paying for one, asking for $1,000. So you can see that all of your processes, so for all of you who have been coming, right, if you have not set up your processes up until this point, you don't even have any right to charge your clients any serious money. Because excuse me, if you charge them all those money and you don't have a laptop that has, or you don't have a speed network setting. So all these things, we discussed them yesterday. If you missed yesterday, please go back to yesterday. We talked about all the devices and tools that you needed, and I still dropped a few in the group today. So if you're probably life hopping, yes, that's the word, please, and you want to be a part of our community, please reach out to me. Maybe leave any comments or any of our posts so that we can send you the link. You fill it and then start your journey. Okay, so let me look into the conversation so far. Esther, good to see you, my mama Esther. Okay, there's something you all probably don't know. Esther is my secondary school classmate. So, and she's an amazing woman of God, doing very well in her space. She's also a virtual assistant. No, a social media manager, yes. So if you need a social media manager, please reach out to me and then I'll also bring her on board. Thank you so much, DMM. She's also a relationship coach. If you're having challenges with your marriage, you might want to reach out to her as well. So let me see. Thriveness with Onyeka said, my niche here is on parenting, but you are really making sense. Yes, so I think what you should do, please go back to day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, okay, and see what we discussed about niching down and some of the things that you should bear in mind, right, when you're niching down, right, and then how to probably position yourself and what platform. We also discussed the platform that you should position yourself on that will help you gain the traffic. For platforms like niches like parenting will do very well on YouTube, excellently well. The only thing you need to do is post consistently, have an excellent video. YouTube, if you don't have an excellent video, just play, because it's possible that your first video can just be what will go viral, like, and then you get so much following on it. I've just decided to tell myself the truth. Initially I was posting every day, but I realized that if I'm going to get the excellence that is required for this platform, I might need to slow down and look at my processes. And that was why literally I started taking video classes, because, like, again, I don't want to be at the mercy of any videographer or video editor who will be telling me, okay, they'll give me my video in 3 days and I'll be waiting for 3 days and it will become 3 months. I actually didn't want anybody to stop my momentum. There's this energy I have, especially when I'm starting on any course, and I don't want any excuse on it or any interruption. So I was even today, I met one of the video editors in my community in church, and I was asking him, I was like, how do you even tell people that you want to give them their jobs and you don't give them on the time or on the day when you're supposed to give them? Because me, like this, once I get a project, I'm serious. Even if I'm working with any clients or anything, I can barely sleep. In fact, I'm currently under a curfew. Like, my husband has gone to pray right now. As soon as he's coming back and he's watching me and he passes again and he passes again, I know that it's already my curfew time. I should go and sleep, because I don't know how people do it. So I'm just saying it here and now for people who are also looking to build their YouTube community. Please, sometimes, like, when you're just cancel it in your mind, when you're a beginner at anything, all that is required is total immersion. When you are beginning anything at all, whether God's word, your spiritual journey, especially if you're somebody who has not been paying attention to your spiritual life or to your financial life or any aspect, your career, please, you need total immersion. I've said it again, over and over again. And if you're just starting out, when it comes to your personal branding and niching down, please go on LinkedIn and let people brush your mind. Let's hear those things that people are saying is fabulations, and keep telling yourself that this person is saying the truth, so that it can jerk you to work harder. Right? For me, I say it every single time. I think it was even my husband that taught me. Even when you're sharing testimonies that I know the back end of the story. You know, some people, when they want to share testimonies, they used to put salt. You even be telling yourself, is this not this story that I know? I know this story. This girl met me. But once I don't know the back end of the story, I just say you are 100% correct. And that's the same way when you're building your personal brand, and on LinkedIn, you're seeing a lot of people sharing many things. Please just believe it and make the requisite improvements that is necessary. Okay, so I've seen a few people write. Okay, I think it was Esther. Thank you so much for coming on board as well. So like I said again, buttressing the thoughts that we have, we said money mindset is a mindset for finances is required to make money. So please own your financial journey, right? If you think that maybe you calling yourself an Igbo person will help you make money. So if you're joining in from across the world, right, Igbo is synonymous to money in the Nigerian parlance. Just start telling yourself, I'm an Igbo woman. If it will make you comfortable, if it will help you probably put in the work when it comes to your financial journey, right, please do so. Then another thing I would want to say is write a short story about your financial journey. Like, sit down and ask yourself honest questions. If I make $10 million right now, if I make $10 million right now, what will I really do with this money? When you ask these questions, well, I'm hoping that all of you had already bookmarked some of the things that you think you need. It will help you appropriate yes, that's the word, appropriate money when it comes in. The major challenge I've had is that a lot of freelancers, when money comes in, they just want to clear it, not knowing that the freelance journey has a lot of like twists and turns. That's why I admonish everybody who is into freelancing to also pay attention to content creation. And we did content creation here. We went from storytelling, we went from video editing, minimal video editing that is required for an entrepreneur or a professional who is looking to build their personal brand on any platform. Okay, you can just pick up those small skills. So if you started from day one, know that we went to teach you guys from the visual hook, storytelling hook, with sound hook, essentially what you need to know when you're creating a video or you're creating content. So if you're probably joining us from like today is your first time, we already made sure that everybody has a 30 days content calendar, because we're saying that dear freelancer out there, dear business owner out there, you won't always have clients coming every month. You will not. But the good thing about it is that if you can build your pillars, these 5 pillars that I'm teaching you all in this bootcamp, which nobody, sincerely, I've gone through a lot of my friends, I've seen on LinkedIn, if they start doing it now, they came to copy from me. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it. That is why I'm sharing, because I want holistic people. So that when you don't have a client, you spend time curate those courses. That's from your content. I told you guys, if you did that your content creation calendar properly, I also promised you all that as we are all graduating on our June 8th, right, you will sell your course. My goal is to get at least 200 persons joining on the live on that day. You get an opportunity to tell about your journey in this bootcamp and sell a course. But if you've not been doing it, my dear, I cannot help you. So let me say my tribe, like, if you're not doing what I've been asking you to do, I cannot help you. Let's say you're a medical doctor and you're currently being paid $250 in your place of work, and you start this journey with us, right? And you eventually launch a course for pregnant women. In fact, I have some friends on TikTok currently. The lady joined TikTok from her consultation room, and she's making 25,000 per client. Her community is almost 100 people. Check out how many people that are entering her, how much is entering her accounts every month, aside from being paid as a full-time at her chickeny money full-time role. So the problem I have with doctors is that multiple streams of income, they enter their mind, and that's why they are silly broke. And that lady is cashing out. Do you know what it means for people to pay 25,000 naira? Just calculate 100 people 25,000 every month. It means that She can even pay the salaries of some of her consultants, unfortunately. But that is the age that we are in. So I'm hoping that I'm delivering you from the bondage. And like I said again, my goal is not to fight 9 to 5. In fact, some of you remotes or freelancers, you're going to get 9 to 5 internationally. So 9 to 5 internationally, most times what they will do is that they will tell you to turn on your camera. One of my jobs was like that. So when you resume work, I think that was when I just gave birth to my twins. I think 5 months down the line. When you resume work, you turn on your camera like this. The way I'm here like this, they are watching you. They are giving you jobs to do. They are watching you. You stay from 9 to 5. They give you 1 hour break, and they will tell you that you should not have power outage for up to 30 minutes. Many rules, such that if you break any of those rules, they'll fire you. So I'm still trying to tell you that all those things are very attainable. But my goal is, I'm saying, okay, while you are working as your virtual assistant job, you can actually build a community for virtual assistants. You can actually be selling courses. You can be helping people optimize their LinkedIn profile, especially virtual assistants. You can charge them for that. If you have any public speaking skills, if by the time you build yourself consistently, you can actually be going from secondary schools to secondary school, university to universities, recruiting people into LinkedIn. Then you can go to workplaces. In fact, that's the move I'm working with. I've met up with some of the people in my community, and the next thing we're doing now is that we're going to be going from companies to companies in Abuja. Like, we're talking about in-person trainings, and trust me, it's going to be in 5-6 figures. In-person training where I'll train you from personal branding. I'll train your whole company. So I'm saying it now so that if all the people in your company, they are bringing that company down. Like I used to say again, this is not the season to hire anybody who doesn't have a social media presence, because now you don't want to be spending too much money on ads. That's the beauty of building your personal brand on any social media platform, is that yes, you still pay for ads, but you will not always have to pay for ads. So there are two different things, right? Because even all that social media platform, they don't vex. Okay, so back to my conversation. Let me see. I think some people have added some thoughts. I just want to make sure that I don't miss out on your thoughts so far. Okay, so Thriveness said, I am currently a teacher. Most times there is no time for content. So sad. You are indeed a good teacher, and thank you so much. Okay, so I'll say it again. Thriveness, please, I have begged everybody, and I said it over and over again. I don't think anybody is as busy as I am. I said it. I started my freelance journey when my twins, I like to emphasize it, when my twins were 5 months old. Like 5 months old. That's even the first time. I didn't even have a guidance like you guys are having, right? I didn't know anything about Xingbang. I just woke up and told myself, enough is enough, right? I know that I might not go into deep practice right now because I might not go out often. And number two, I was in a city where I don't have my family members. So it literally means that people are not I will not have help. So currently, as I speak to you, I told you guys again, I don't have any help in my house. So these 30 days that I've been showing up, sometimes you guys have seen where my children were flying from one end to the other. Sometimes I beg them, I tell them that, okay, if you people wait for me for this 1 hour or 2 hours that I'm going to be here, sometimes 3 hours on Sundays, I will definitely bring you this, I will buy you this and that. So I literally bribe them for me to stay here and have these conversations with you guys, right? So, and I said it again, I have a community of almost 2,000 persons that somehow they want to be reaching to me one way or the other. Then I'm running this course right now. I'm currently writing a book. So everything I've taught in this camp is going to be coming out as a book, and I have just barely 5 more days to have the book live and ready. So I can tell you that I'll be saying I'm busy. So if you say you're a teacher, my dear, that's all I can say. You better, if you have gotten the content calendar, use it and curate and sell. Build a process. See, if you don't have a system, sincerely, you'll be broke. And it's not just broke. When I'm talking about broke, I'm not talking about money. I'm saying broke in the sense of rest, having time. So for me, as soon as I'm done, like all the people who were lucky to be live on this course were just lucky, because after now, I might not have any interface like this with anybody else. Like I might not have. Literally all these courses, these 30 days is going to be packaged and sold. That's my plan. So it means that next 2 years, next 3 years, next 10 years, it will be something that if I will even place ads on and get people on board every day. The only thing that they will be doing is to get back to me and tell me, okay, this is what they want to do. So if I was a teacher, one of the things I would advise you to do is that make sure you get that content template that we dropped in the community for everyone. Create 30 days content template. It means that all these 30 days from how we wrote that prompt, it will tell you the pain points, what people would want to learn. Either you come up with a community for teachers, literally, or you write a book that children can read and learn from, that parents can buy and give their children, or find the particular pain points. Just look around your school based on what you've been teaching people online and all that, and find out the things that people have been requesting all the time. Just write a book around it. If a parent just calls you and say, dear drvivianmagnus, I want Mrs. Onyeka, I want or Miss Onyeka, I want you to come and teach my child. You'll be like, oh, that's lovely, but would you rather me teach your child at maybe double your cost? Like me, once my course is live right now, it means my boot camps are going to be very expensive, because I would want to limit my people's access to me as much as possible, so that I can also rest and face other things. As I'm finishing this boot camp, you don't want to know the things that are on my mind. I'm already set. Like, I have enough materials to go another direction entirely different. So the goal is to always set up automation, so that you don't think that you're hardworking. You don't think that you're hardworking simply because you're busy. If you're busy, it's not bringing money, my day, in fact, you shouldn't be saying that you're busy. You shouldn't even say unfortunately. If you're not, and by having money, I'm talking about 7 figures per month. I'm talking about 8 figures per month. I'm even probably crowning it up by saying 11 figures in dollars per month. So it means that you have to revisit everything you know. So if you're too busy and you don't have money, it's not a good place to be. So that's just my advice. Okay, so please, as much as possible, that's why we were able to separate all those pillars. Make sure that multiple streams of income, like money, is coming from all these pillars, all of them. So I told you now, because as I speak to you guys, this coming week I already have speaking engagements for 3 different platforms. This is aside my daily events here. So 3 different platforms, and of course, you know how it is. There is always an exchange. So I've told you guys, I did not hide anything. And the truth is, when you're working with most coaches, they won't tell you about this. I've gone through a lot of people's curriculums, and I've not seen anybody talk about what I'm talking about, right? If they start, they copied, and I'll say it again, they should at least own up that they are learning from us, Abby. So thank you so much, everybody. Yes, Thrive Next. So that's why I spent time. I mean, these 30 days, I don't think there's any boot camp, I'll say it again proudly, that's met with their students daily. I don't think so. So you should know that you should go through all the materials and you scream. That's what I promise you. You literally scream, because I made sure that anybody who showed up is literally going to be doing well. Okay, so now the next next pillar we're going to be talking about is feast and famine, and I'd already discussed that earlier, right? There are some months that you might not have as much clients. Get comfortable. I think there's a scripture in the Bible that described that. He said, I think it was Paul that was saying, when I don't have, I am comfortable. When I have, I am comfortable. When you're seemingly having some dry spells, that's when you should visit your systems and strengthen your systems, like maybe writing another course. So maybe you've written one pain point. So the goal is, I will also say again, research the pain points that are common to your niche. So for me, my overall book for this year, right, is this monetization book that I'm going to sell. And anybody who has never made money anywhere, once they have an encounter to this book, I know that they would definitely come into money, right? From mindset and everything, right? But I'm still going to say it again. I'm still already looking at another pain point where I'm going to write on. So if my contract literally finishes with a particular client, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll start writing another book. So I'm not free. Or I start recording. I'm not free. Okay? I start creating content. in YouTube. I'm literally not free. So that's essentially what I am telling everybody right now, right? So that you don't get to the point where you think that because you made millions of dollars. See, guys, in freelancing, there are times when there will be dry spells. But if you already have your content calendar and your content schedules, and you've mapped out pain points for the whole year, as soon as you have that little gap, like for me, for the month of May, I had a gap. That's why, in fact, when I started this 30 days monetization challenge, I just announced it and I started it. So it's like the ideation, from ideation to execution, I don't think it took up to 4 days. Or yes, even these 4 days I'm trying to exaggerate, but I know how my mind works. Once I hear anything chakap, I'm a bit chakam, I'll just do it the next day. That's how my mind works, and that's why I always have results, because I like to dare myself every single time. Oh, I can see some amazing people coming as well. Hey, the VA storyteller, my love, how are you doing? How is work? How is your... I've been seeing what you've been doing. Well done, dear. I celebrate you and I appreciate you for coming on board as well. So, like, so we have discussed that. So I gave assignments already. Please write your money story, right? If that money story, like you've been calling yourself a spender, money no dey tell my hand, you're going to sit down and rewrite those stories and start telling yourself you're a frugal person, you don't spend for nothing, you meet needs. That's the primary thing. You meet your wants and you literally have answers. Yes, okay, so please let's welcome VA storyteller for this camp. I think this is officially her first day here for this camp. Please, I stand to be corrected. I always know the people who come in, except maybe you have also been a standby coach, you've been watching from the side. But you're welcome on board. Thank you so much, then. Okay, so after we've done that, like, that means it's your baseline. When you're creating your own personal diary, your own personal financial diary, you can just write who you were. Okay, so your story, who you were. Then the next thing will to develop goals, right? Smart goals every single time. We cannot underemphasize your smart goals, right? You have to be specific. Let it be measurable. Let it be achievable. Don't go and write one highfalutin thing. Let it be relevant to whatever you're doing, and let it be time bound. Okay, so smart is everywhere. If you probably didn't get what I said, you can come back and watch it again, or you can just check. You can just check out, browse around. A lot of what do they call it? A lot of management books have talked about smart. In fact, it's everywhere, in schools, in boardrooms, on the internet. So it should be specific, smart, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, it should be relevant to your niche, and it must be time bound. So if you want to set a financial smart goal for this month, the first thing you want to do is say, in the next 30 days I'll be earning so. In the next 30 days I'll be doing so. So it's very important that you set it out that way. It will also help you become more intentional about the way you spend your money, about what you use your money for. So we've seen another new person here. Isam, hey, this is the first time we're seeing you. You're welcome to our series, our challenge. How you doing? Good to see you. Please, let's go ahead and welcome him. This is the first time we're seeing him here as well. Thank you so much for coming in. Okay, so once you've set up your smart goal, the next thing I will always advise is, well, for people, they like to have vision boards. Even though for me, my mind doesn't work that way, and I will not push it on anybody. If you don't have a vision board, doesn't mean that you're as blind as a kite. Right? That's what people always say. But as much as possible, depending on what works for you, I'd advise you to come up with a vision board. Like for me, I'm not going to lie, this is probably me being vulnerable. I don't have a vision board because of my personality. Most of the time, I always overdo. That's just the truth. For me, all I need, if there's anything I have, is usually my confessions and my passions and my goals. But if it's vision boarding, like literally almost every year I overshoot. And part of what helps me, why I don't always emphasize on vision boarding so much for myself, but now because you guys are all my students and you have your different strengths, is because for me, I believe in implementation. Once an idea comes to me, I do it straight up. I say I do it straight up. I don't even give days, months. I just do it. If it's something that I cannot achieve on my own, I get people on board and we just go ahead and do it. That's why my community will we have what's the word now? we have portfolio. My communities, every time I jump on a call and I discuss my community's portfolio with people, they literally keep screaming because they didn't believe that such things were achievable. And it's because for me, I always hear go in my heart. Once I hear go, I just go, because sincerely, the truth is, maybe this is me also being vulnerable at this point, I just don't believe that there's anything that cannot be done. Newsflash. Anything I see, I just do it and just move away. So I don't amplify anything out of proportion. I just feel like everything is supposed to be done. Like any good thing is supposed to be done. So if an ideation just comes, we just do it. So I'll say it again. The goal is to turn in things into action. So for these past 30 days, I have been churning you, pumping you up with my energy every day. So I'll say it again. If you're just joining in, you're welcome. A lot of people here already have their company name, their companies, their communities. They already have their content. Hopefully, like I said, those people who have chosen to speak, they are going to sell their courses on the 8th of June, because that's when we're going to have a general live for everybody, okay, to come in. And that day we said we're going to bring a lot of people on board and we'll give you a permission to sell those courses. And then your public speaking game is already on the verge, because if you're creating content daily in the light of whatever you are doing, we said it, you will not be scared to have conversations in that direction as well. So your opportunity to speak and represent, all these things I've said so far, we've been able to hit to that point. So we've talked about our module 1 already in our finances. So understanding freelance finance was essentially what we discussed today. Okay, so another thing we're going to be discussing now is okay, we've already talking about we've talked about okay, so we're going to be starting budgeting and cash flow management today. Essentially, that's what we're going to be discussing. But before then, yesterday we gave you assignments and we talked about opening accounts. Okay, so for me, I would always admonish everyone who is here, have separate accounts for the different pillars. Have separate accounts for the different pillars. Let's say you are creating content and you're building your personal brand, and then all of a sudden clients come and reach out to you that they want you to be a brand ambassador. You're already seeing how money can also come in. So for that person who is into parenting, it's possible that Cousin's baby powder can meet you and tell you that you should probably just do an ad with them, since you're an influencer in the line of parenting. And then of course baby feeders, so many other things around motherhood, they can meet you and partner with you, right? Please go ahead and write your name in the community, in that list. Just update it if you'd like to be among the speakers. Sorry for the breaking. If you'd like to be among the speaker, please go ahead and put your name on the list, right? So that, like I said, I'll give everybody an opportunity. If you are just joining, don't be under any pressure. Just go to day 1. Just sit down quickly with your pen and paper so that you will not rewatch it again. Just have your pen and paper as the ideations are just coming. You see how I used to talk? I don't talk slowly. So there's no way I will be on a live and then I am just trying to talk and you're not getting anything, okay? Or you're not hearing something new every day. It's not possible. And I've told you, I've spoken something new every day for 24 days now, and we have a few more days to go. And if you'd like to be a part of the speakers, please, it means that you have to do everything that we have taught, all the assignments. So that means you have to keep up, go from day 1, because like I said, in part of our presentations, we want you to share what you did, and it's not going to be far from your knowledge already. So you'll be able to sell your courses for those people who eventually generate their courses from their content. You sell it for as many people who will be looking for help. So like I said again, when you're selling those courses, this is me adding this in passing, right? When you're selling those courses, ensure that you also sell communities to people, because like I said it over and over again, if you're selling any course and you're not providing community, you just robbed those people, okay? So please guys, give me one moment. If you have any questions, please just write. I think my throat is a bit dry. Let me get water. So I'm watching in. You'll still be hearing my voice. I'm the only one at home, so I ask for this permission. So let me ask for questions so far. If you have any questions so far, please let me know, especially for the people who are just joining. And then if you've understood our conversation so far, please just say understood. And then if you've done your assignment so far, say I am a mover. Because the only people that are moving are the people who are doing assignments. So if you've done your assignment so far, say I am a mover, right? I am a mover. Oh, thank God. I am waiting for you all. I know that there might be a little network lag from you all commenting, but please comment. So for those people who are going to be joining our speaker pool for the month of June, please ensure that please ensure that you're up to date. All the classes, ensure that you're up to date. Do the assignments so that you don't embarrass yourself unnecessarily. Okay, like I told you guys, there's no embarrassment is cheap. It's not even a serious thing, right? I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with embarrassment, but I'm just saying that the truth is that if you don't do the assignments properly, you won't be able to sell yourself. Okay, so please, let's all just do the assignment and then we'll go ahead. So yesterday we told everybody to write a financial budget, okay, based on what you'll be needing. Okay, awesome. So please just make sure that you're up to date and write in the community. Just put your name in the list of speakers. Just write, even if you're just coming and you've not seen the preceding list, just write speaker and write your name there. I'll collate the list. Since I was able to moved the event to 8. It was supposed to be first, but I want to make sure that everybody hands on deck, and then so that I can have more time to also work with other speakers outside of us, so that we can have a collaborative effort as well. Okay, so yes, so one of the things I said as well is that yesterday we gave us an assignment to curate a budget of what your, like, if you need to upgrade your tools, what it will cost, what are the things you need for an excellent workstation, whether your tools and all that. I told you guys the other day, I have my complete gadgets. Most times I use my phone because I wanted this course to be personalized. I want you to be able to know me. I didn't want to sit across a table and you all probably would just be seeing me. And then I said one of the disadvantages that one of the disadvantages as well is that most of the streaming tools, there's a little time lag, and I wanted an immediate feedback. Then also the idea of the YouTube algorithm introducing us to more people as well. It does better without the streams, like without what's the word, without using external streams. That was why I used a one-on-one selfie video like this, right? So I said again, if you're not using an iPhone, you find out that the videos might be a little bit blurry, so you might want to write a budget of the tools that you need. Okay, so we've done that already. So I've told you guys, yes, while I was speaking before I took the break, I told you that please have specific accounts for your different pillars, because it will also help you know how much is coming in from what, and then it will also help you to revisit some structures. Let's say my public speaking opportunities comes in more frequently, which it does. Like, there's literally no week that I don't speak on different platforms. So another thing will be, how can I strengthen my public speaking opportunities? Do I have a rate card? So initially somebody even sent me a DM, was it last week, when I had somebody invite me. I think it's a bank, I don't want to call the bank's name. They invited me on their platform. They wanted me to do a collaboration with them, and the next thing that they asked me was my rate card. Okay, so the goal will be, okay, if my public speaking pillar is becoming very, like, a lot of people gain a lot from hearing me speak, then I know that, oh, my public speaking pillar needs a little more attention. So I already know that I will create a rate card. Now I will not just stop at creating a rate card. I will now go further by reaching out to people and telling them, which was part of the things I started doing in my immediate circle of influence. I told my friends who were working with big companies that, hey guys, you people, you know they try, when I know get your members don't have personal brands, call me, let me come and train them. And trust me, like I told you guys, when I curated my speaker portfolio for that particular job, because I asked the person, like I told you guys, every single time, based on the job that will be requested of you, it's always very important that you have don't be a lazy person. I'm begging you, Ejo. I know that you, from this assignment that we're gonna do, right, you already create all these things, your rate card, everything, but pay attention to the job that is always required of you. So one of the things I did was that when the lady okay, somebody is talking to me. Okay, so when the lady spoke to me and told me that she wanted me to come on board on something, I asked her severally. In fact, it took us 3 days to discuss clearly what they wanted me to do for them. So it means that every client, especially your one-on-one clients, you're supposed to take out time to curate a specific financial budget for them. And clarity is very important. So you can have your client onboarding form. That's for those people who have already said yes to work with you. And then you have forms that will request that the client states exactly what they want you to do. So you see that for the virtual assistant niche or the social media managing niche, different people might have different things. Somebody might want to hire you and the person says that the only thing I want you to do for me is to keep commenting on all my posts or write 2 posts. Another person will now say, I would want you to write three posts per day every day. You cannot say, somebody will ask you, how much do you charge? You say $10. $10 per hour for what? So that's why you should say, before the person starts talking about money. For me, all the time, I tell my clients, calm down. This thing is not even about money. We're talking about your satisfaction here. So what do you want me to do for you? And once the person says what they want me to do for them, I will now tell you, yeah, in my language, yeah means come, right? I'll now tell you, come, let me tell you something, right? You might want me to do this for you, but from an expertise point of view, this thing will not help you. So at the end of this particular month, you don't accuse me that I'm not keeping your KPIs. This is what I would suggest you to do. So I will suggest you to add this in. Let's say I was a virtual assistant and they're telling me just comment. I'll tell you, madam, not just that. So all of you who have the employee mentality, once they tell you, all I want you to comment, you just say, yes, ma, thank you very much, ma, for the opportunity. Bam, 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 bam. If you are in this course from day one to now, you already have known your tools. You have already known the one that you're learning and the one that you know how to do. And when people come to you, I've told you guys how to position yourself as a consultant. Yesterday, that's part of the things that we discussed. So if you're probably coming in for the first time, please go to yesterday's post and check it out and find out what I said so that I can prepare you, so that we can gain more money. The truth is, if you don't position yourself as an expert, you'll still be collecting $10 per hour and be feeling happy with yourself, thinking that money is one serious money. It is not a serious money when you're looking at how you're going to build your house and how you're going to probably hire a platform, when you're going to start your workspace. All those things are not good. In fact, by the time you browse, yesterday I took a tour on different laptops because I want to get a new laptop, and somebody was telling me one laptop was 8 million, another one 5 million. So by the time you have done that budget, the assignment that we gave you yesterday, if somebody that is telling you that he's going to pay you $100 per hour, it might sound huge to some people, but based on who you are and what your brand can deliver, it might be too small for you. So that's why it's essential that you delineate your needs clearly first, so that you'll not be feeling like anybody is doing you a favor by working with you. Okay, so somebody tells you, comes to you and to your DM and say, okay, I would want you to do this. You just say, well, ma, could you just give me a moment? Is it possible that you send me your link to your website, your link to any of your social media platforms where you think I'll be working with? I acknowledge that these are the things you want me to do, but can we jump on a call so that I'll be able to tell you a few things that is making your account this way and that way? So by the time she gives you time, you go. That's what I normally do. You go into all their platforms, you rate the platform literally from everything based on your needs, specific to your needs. Okay, so if you're a virtual assistant and you're thinking that nothing concern you, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, my dear, if you're virtually assisting somebody who is an unoptimized person, right? You're working with somebody who whose profile is really doing very poorly, it will affect your results. So after working with you for 1 month, the person will now come and be saying, the other person I worked with, the person did very well. I don't know, your figures are so poor, and I thought you said you were going to deliver. But because your own, it's only money that is in this your head. Only money that is in this your head. And the truth is, there's a way you exhaust money so much that you will not even be able to think. The person tells you, I'm going to pay you $100 per month, per week. You're already shouting, yeah. But you didn't even see all the loopholes. By the time they are done working with you, they will just move on to another. See, because in the end, I'll say it again, this one, most people don't emphasize this. In the end, everybody wants a pain to be solved. They want results. So you must make sure that you upgrade yourself on all fronts. Know your onions. I think today we posted on the group where you can be certified and learn a little bit deeper on other on things that can boost your portfolio. Okay, so rather than saying that I'm going to just give me your account, let me manage your account, I want to manage your account, you look at it from the looking sake. You even be looking, sorry, this headline, sorry, your LinkedIn is not properly optimized and it's going to affect my work. And if you'd want me to do that, that's already a price tag happening. That is already a price tag happening. Ma'am, your design, your brand color, based on what we discussed, I just think that this brand color is not giving what it should give. And if you'd want, and your logo, Jesus, what is this hideous thing that I'm going to work with? I didn't tell you to tell your clients that your client logo is a hideous thing, but some of you know that some of those your clients, you can't have results with all the nyama that they have. So you can see that you're already building your pricing tiers already. So okay, you want me to work with you as a personal a social media manager, but already I can already see that sincerely, the last time you posted, your brand message is not clear. Do you have it? So all these things that I've taught you people, it's already a making money source. If you bend down, the word is if only you will. Like I said again, I'm not going to force anybody. Sincerely, I cannot force you. But all I can tell you again is that you are leaving money on the table. Okay. So guys, you are wondering why I'm out like this today. Una know they here and this camp is almost finishing. So before you want to accuse me that you did not get results, I want to push it back on you, all of us. Now they watch me like this. Okay, so if you're from other countries, I just spoke broken of essentially telling you all that please, it's time to get to work. Some of your business process, like I said, I'm going to look at it. For those who submit their documents within this 30 days, I'll look at it. For those who submit afterwards, you will pay, because I'm not going to look at any documents after this camp finishes without collecting money. And when I'm collecting money, I'm talking about 6 figures. You better have 100K plus so that we will do this work better. Okay, so back to my conversation. So you can see the reason why a lot of you, when they give you a 100K per month or 50K per month or per week or per hour, you're feeling like it's a big work. It's because you have not been able to delineate how you can actually increase increase your deliverables. Let me tell you something, right? The reason why, and one thing I've realized is that I think this thing I'm about to talk about now I was literally ministered to. As I was sitting on ChatGPT. You know, initially everybody was thinking about ChatGPT as a content writing, whatever. As we're talking, Oga just decided to enter into videography. Everybody wants to make their platform one-stop shop. Every single platform. They don't want you to come and then you're also thinking about, okay, when I use. So all those people who generate all those talking baby dolls and all that, they will say, okay, go to ChatGPT, develop a prompt, then take it to Hedra, K1. As I speak, all those AI platforms, they are doing one-stop shop. As I speak, even CapCut is already behaving like 11 Labs. They just want to keep everybody in. Even CapCut right now, as I speak, is already behaving like Canva. You can actually edit your flyer on CapCut. And as I said, the things is endless. So if your business model is still giving you off as somebody will come and tell you, come and become my social media man, you cannot even say anything. You're not even behaving like an expert. The person will just give you one aquala picture. the person's picture, no brand photo, no nothing. You can see all the things I requested from you guys when you were coming in here. No brand photo. The person's social media presence is poor. In my tribe, poor is just like a sound when you use when somebody is actually not making sense at all. You just manage it like that, all because you just want to collect money and you're not having results. When the person works with you 1 month, 2 months, the person is already regretting. Then tomorrow you now be saying, but I did everything she said. Who told you that everybody wants to work with somebody who they will just tell everything and then they will just be doing it like zombie? You're not even meditating. So the time you're supposed to use to meditate, you're using it to watch 5 American movies, 5 Nigerian movies. You and Netflix, you are together. Anyway, like I said, if you're into media, what's the word? If you're into videography, yes. If you're into videography or into Hollywood and movie acting, please, that's your platform. Enjoy yourself. But you need to take out time to meditate. I'm telling you the truth. Some of the things I share here, I'm telling you, literally, I meditate myself into it. From my experiences, I just delineate some of those conversations and meditate myself into it, because I've realized that a lot of people don't spend time with themselves. They are not even comfortable with themselves. So how are you going to develop that business growth strategy? You cannot. So you find out that year in, year out, imagine first year, you're collecting 50K from 10 clients. You're collecting, in the end, you're just everywhere. People are insulting you, sure banker. You cannot change your laptop. You cannot change your phone. You cannot change your... only because you've not set up systems. So I'm hoping that all of you are being delivered tonight in the name of Jesus. Amen. So I can see some amazing people saying, trying to tell mom what it was shiny sources of income. My dear, everybody should pay attention. Like I said, some of these things, I've not said them elsewhere, right? But if you start paying attention, you start making tons of money from all these ideations. So let me look into our conversation. Sunday says no. Okay, awesome. I cannot even remember where you made that statement. So awesome. So depending on your niche, ensure that you're able to vet those things. So some of those things can be like part of your price tiers. Just put it there, Oma. So from base and be individualized. Don't be a lazy person. Anybody who comes into your this thing, that's a profile optimization, and you did not even check. If it's somebody who is very particular about their profiles and they've optimized or they've worked with somebody else, if you just throw it as an open statement simply because you want to earn extra money, right, the person might decide not to work with you because of that. So I'll tell you guys, one strong pillar that can set you apart as a freelancer is research. Please, I beg you. Okay, I beg you. So like I said, every month ensure you find a way to ensure that you document your checklist, either your checklist in your processes, checklist in your finances, checklist in your budgeting. So for me, I've checked almost all the lists I had for my first what did you call it, my first workstation. Right now I'm already dreaming another dream of another new workstation where I'll upgrade some certain things. So that's essentially what I'm probably letting you all know. So another thing will be adopt a system of savings. Like you can tell yourself, when this amount of money comes in, I will, whatever happen, I will never touch 50%. Okay, I can give 10% for my tithe. I can give 10% to my parents. 10% I can enjoy with my siblings or my friends. We can just take ourselves out, do videos, which will also help my content creation. Like for me now, I literally had to have a specific phone that is dedicated to content creation. If I go out now, I will just bring out that phone and start videoing, because BTS right now is a top content. Like everybody wants to have BTS. They want to have BTS. They want to know, this woman, she's always gingering. She's always parrying. So how is it easy for her? Let's get to meet her, especially on platforms like, okay, sorry, give me 1 minute. So especially platforms like Instagram, yes, that's the word. Especially platforms like Instagram, YouTube. Everybody wants to know your behind the scenes. Everybody wants to know your behind the scenes. So that's why you have to have an opportunity to keep some money aside that can help you also get gadgets that will help you document, right, so that you can upgrade. Certainly for me, I was telling my friend yesterday that I needed a 16K camera. So he was not asking me, is a 16K camera already out? I said, even if it's not already out, at least everybody knows that my goal is that I'll keep upgrading until I have something really, really hot, so that people will get to meet me and know. So do we have any questions so far? If we don't have, I will start introducing pricing. Okay, so I've been able to give you all background, so you're already seeing how you can make more money, so that when you are pricing people, somebody will not just come to your DM, how much do you charge? You just say, I'm a social media manager. Okay, therefore, and that's what the lady wanted me to do. She came into my DM and said, okay, we need somebody who's going to help us do that. I said, madam, what's your KPI? She was hiding it, because I know that's how they've been doing to most of these LinkedIn top creators. They will hide the KPIs. You send your rate card. Sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot. So because she said event presentation, somebody might just say, for events, let me just think of any, since it's just once a month, and she asked me how much would she charge me a month. The only thing I would just quickly say, if I just say 200K per month, she will not be scared. At least just once a month, I will just come and tell you, boy, yeah, community people, let's go out to community people, let's go out to, let's go this particular bank. Well, let's go there and show ourselves. Then that was what she was expecting. So she told me, send your rate card. In fact, she just kept rate card. I told myself, madam, you must state what you want me to do for you clearly, specifically. When she said it, I told her, madam, I said, if it's this amount of sign-ups you want to get, this thing that you are saying you want to do, I promise you, between the heavens and the earth, you won't have results. And it's not something I've done. Like I said again, that's where your expertise will always come to bear. I've done events back to back, and I know for the kind of platform that they are looking to build, I know exactly how to get it done. And when I suggested, and I told her everything that I'll be requiring from her if she wants me to do anything, to get any results. And I told her, I wrote all the steps that will be required, and I told her, feel free to remove anything that you don't want. So if she says that, okay, for me showing up on that platform that day, she will give me 200K, then I should not bother myself about the organization, talking to my posting. I said, remove it. All I will just do is I'll show up that day and just talk and go. So it will be me earning one 5 figures on the sides. And I didn't do anything. I just showed up, and I'll just be talking about money moves, smart money moves, and I'll walk away. But some of you, they'll say send rate cards. You don't even ask what the. In fact, one of the people in my community, when I saw the rate card he sent to one of my friends, I literally cried for him. I said, what is wrong with you? What is wrong? How can I started crying? No, I told my friend, I said, please, you cannot charge this guy that, even though by the time we calculated it, it's more than 500,000, no, but it was still too small for his deliverables. So I'll say it again. Individualize your pricing system. Ensure that whoever is working with you, the person says is right, says what you want, then it means that I'm going to make more sacrifices, I'm going to develop this, I'm going to do that. And sincerely, everything I'm saying now, I've never heard anybody talk about this thing on any platform. Most times they will tell you how not to charge, how to charge. They will not even tell you to do any research. They will not even tell you to consult for the person. They will just tell you, don't charge this lower than this. But I've told you, if you do a research properly and you put price tags specific for what you're going to be offering, you end up making more money than even people like the average freelancer. So you see people paying you $10,000 and it's like nothing to them, because your mouth is laced with sugar and you're bringing results, and you're charging. If, like I said again, if you go late to any matter, if you show up late on any platform, you know that you can't go alone. So there are certain things that you have to pay other people to come on board. So I already told the lady, I said, see, if this deal goes on, I'm going to get 50 people from my community who I'm going to pay them this amount. So I put it in the budget that I will just need them to do this thing for me at this point, and I'm going to pay them, because I don't want anybody doing anything free for me. I would want to enumerate people. And when she saw it, she was like, okay. And then it's not my business. The only thing is better that she looks at me from an expert point of view and probably even steal my ideas, because I know that's what she might end up doing, right, for people who are not honorable. And but then it doesn't mean, at least it has protected your brand. It's better than you telling somebody that, okay, they should bring 50,000 and they'll be looking for you day one, day two. You can't even get gadgets. You probably were working for them and they take like, you don't even have money for an alternate source. And then you're embarrassing yourself and the person is now telling you you're always behind time, but you did not charge appropriately. Maybe if you charge the person as you're charging the person like this, bagam, you're running to go and buy. Like the first time I bought my 5G, I think my 5G, when I bought it, it was almost, I bought it in Abuja, almost 200k, almost 100 and something. Eventually my friends who bought, I told my friends who bought it in Jos, there were two types of 5G. They told me that there's a smaller one and then there's the one I eventually bought. I told them, no, me is the big one I want, because how my mindset works, that I don't want to feel like I want to upgrade again. If I want to buy, I'll just buy the best. So even when I was making plans to buy my iPhone, I just said, if it's not brand new, people should just leave me. So I'll just zoom back and forth, just to make sure that I don't have to get something that will bring me back, because sincerely I don't have time. So imagine that I will have to still go back to the market because something happened to it or something. That's not how I think. I just want the best available for that time anytime I want to get something done. And that's what I would advise everybody. So it will not help you charge. When you're charging people, you're not scared because you know exactly where the monies are going to. And if the person wants to argue with you, you say, oh, so you want to come on board, and all of a sudden you're working with me and I'm supposed to virtually assist you, and I tell you that my phone has been switched off for the past 3 days because a particular power supply source in my area is not working so well. So I am asking that please, you should give me some time. You're already injuring your personal brand. So you collect the 50k. What do? You pay tithes 5k. You give money to your husband or your friends. The money has finished. In fact, before the next month, the money you charge has finished. So I'll say it again. What I would say, rather than saying you're looking for a way to say, okay, me, if it's not $1,000, I'm not doing, is that you find the reason to ensure that $1,000 is for you. So I think I will stop here today because I need to rest. I've been up since what time today? And you guys know how I told you guys my church, on an average every single day we wake up by 5 in my house, and I went out. I had an event. This is at least my last event for the night, and I've not posted on LinkedIn as well. So I think I will take a break now. If we have any questions tomorrow, we'll discuss pricing, right? We'll do a case study of a person, and then we break it down. Like I said, please try and invite people who let them come and learn. Anyway, I'm not bothered because I will still sell this course again. Since I know the year, that's what somebody said. Okay, BTS is behind the scenes. So now you guys are probably seeing me talk here. So I can have another camera, which I do. I have another camera that is videoing me speaking, and then I can just, one of my videos that is coming out tomorrow is around that, essentially how I prepare for the day with my clients. So that day that I went and I met those 5 clients I was talking about, I have a BTS of it. So it's just for me. Once I rest properly now, I'll create my content around it. But saying essentially what you do behind the scene, like when you want to do anything. And BTS means different things for different niches. Okay, so for public speaking niches, it might be you videoing yourself coming down from your car, walking into the hall. When you're speaking, they are taking your videos and you're speaking. When you come down, sit down, then it will, or for some people who don't mind. For me, I can, there's no way you people can see me on towel anyway. It's not possible. But some people, they even show when they are trying to do their clothes selections and all that. That is called the BTS. So is there any other question? Is there any other question? If you have any question, please, like I said, if today is your first day, please go from day one and help yourself come out of being broke. Just help yourself. And I told you guys again that being broke is a mentality, right? Except you stay with the right information. And the good thing about this bootcamp is that the information are coalesced together for you. So if you're saying that you don't know much, as you're moving to the next thing, you just be shouting, yay, yay, yay. That's how my stuff is. once you're done with the assignment, just put it on the group. Just put it on the group. It's better for me because it's easier for me to have, even though my email is very plain here. If you feel like it's super personal for you, I have you can send it to phoenixgateshq@gmail.com. I think also Rabia to send her own to my email as well. So I just want to acknowledge as well that I've seen it, right? So please, everybody, and please don't. I will, if I see somebody's document and I know that obviously the person, from what you wrote, you didn't follow the classes, I will not even pay attention to it because you're not going to stress my life. That's why I came out every day for 30 days, so that you have it very simple. All you have to do is to follow the information. If there's any way you need clarity in the group, just quickly ask and say, hi everyone, I need answers to this. I don't understand this concept. Then if we have discussed the concept like we did, I think last week I told somebody, then you find the answers. But if we have not and it's entirely new, I'll add it up to my FAQ and then I'll also answer you. Any question? Any question? Any question to my stars? Let me go and post my Sunday post though. You know me, I don't believe in posting and ghosting. I told myself if I'm not available, I know they post anything for LinkedIn will embarrass my life. I told you guys, LinkedIn has no peace. There's no star on LinkedIn. If you ghost, even with your 1 billion followers, they will show you shaggy. Okay, so any further questions, people of God? Why are people just watching me like this now? Any further questions? Okay, if not, I think I'll be calling it a night, but I would want to do a silent streaming. You can go ahead and leave, right? You can go ahead and leave. I just want people to know that I have a platform, and usually what YouTube does is that if they see that you are around, they'll keep telling people that this person is available. I might not be talking, but I'll turn it off. I'll turn off my mic, and I'll go. And maybe if I come back and I meet anybody after I've finished all my posting and everything, fine. But please, you can all just do well to go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on this journey. But like I said, implementation is what will separate you, right? Will separate you. And I want to add lastly, please, if you're here and you've not verified your LinkedIn account, please ensure you verify it. For Nigerians who are currently on the live, you'll need your international passports. Yes, I know some people who use work email, but very rarely, or school email. But it's very important that you verify your account so that we don't start crying for you. So in the absence of anything, thank you so much, Thriving Digital Mom. I appreciate you. So please, thank God this is YouTube. If you came in late, go back to the beginning and just watch and clarify a whole lot of things for yourself. So like I said today, I'll be doing my thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rabia, too. Awesome. Thank you so much. So I want to do my, what did you call it? Hey, this was my church service today. I want to do my silent stream. Let me meet some new friends. Thank you so much. So do have an amazing day, everyone. Good night, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're joining me from. Do have an amazing day. So I'll be muting my mic now. Bye, everyone.